Well, the Hamas-run Health Ministry claims more than 100 people have been killed by Israeli troops in an incident that took place as aid was being delivered in Gaza. But a moment ago here on First Edition, the IDF disputed that figure, claiming it as wildly exaggerated. I mean, you're there, your troops are there. Have you got a more accurate figure on how many people have died?
Not more than a handful of people who were injured by our troops at this incident. That's why we are very...
What about injured, but what about dead?
Excuse me?
You mentioned injured there, but what about dead? Have you got a more accurate figure?
No, not more than a handful of people that were wounded or injured, and I can't confirm the dead.
What this does, though, as the US President admits, the incident, which also occurred on the day that a number of dead in Gaza exceeded 30,000 people, will complicate efforts to secure a ceasefire.
Order is breaking down in Gaza as people are getting increasingly desperate. This video, filmed by an Israeli drone earlier today, shows hundreds of people surrounding an aid convoy in northern Gaza. But as they did, Israeli soldiers fired on them. The Health Ministry in Gaza has said that more than 100 were killed and almost 300 wounded, many with bullet holes in their upper body. The Israeli military claims that some of them died in a stampede, but admitted that their soldiers had opened fire because the crowd presented a risk to them.
By
the time I got flour and some canned goods and took it down from the truck, they shot at us. They shot me, the driver, left and ran over my leg. I lost my nerves. If you want to get us aid this way, then you might as well not bring anything.
The death toll in Gaza has now passed 30,000 in under 5 months of fighting. Soha survived when an airstrike hit her family home one evening. Her husband, Mohammed, and baby son, Ahmed, did not.
We were sitting in peace, safe, happy, talking and laughing. Then all of a sudden this happened. Nobody knows till now why this happened, whether it was justified. We haven't done anything wrong. What wrong did a 6-month-old do? He was sleeping beside me. What wrong did the other 6-month-old girl do? She was also killed. Most of our family were small children. Most of the children were killed. Some of them are still under the rubble. My husband, we didn't find his body. My son was pulled out, but I couldn't say goodbye to him.
The Israeli military says an estimated 14,000 Hamas fighters are being killed and says that Hamas continues to use civilians as human shields, which is one reason for the high civilian death toll.
The civilian cost of this war it's tragic. It is a result of Hamas's aggression. It is a result of
Israeli military activity as well.
It's a result of Hamas's aggression. It's a result of how Hamas has systematically, strategically, with intent, weaponized the civilian arena, the civilian battlefield, to try and give themselves an iron dome with the use of their people.
The situation on the ground is now so bad that airdrops are considered the most effective and safest ways to get supplies into parts of Gaza. In the torchlight, they tear through cardboard boxes for any scraps of food left from the latest drop. After months of war, it has come to this. Children rooting around in the dirt to find anything they can eat.
Yeah, and Peter Lerner also disputing that claim of 25,000 women and children dead to us during our interview, suggesting that 13,000 combatants or terrorists have been killed. So you've got different folks still using different figures. It's important to be aware of that.